December 7th, 1941, a date that will live in infamy. This is the day when the tranquility of a Sunday morning was shattered by the roar of Japanese warplanes. Relations between Japan and the United States were already strained, as Japan's military ambitions in Asia were viewed with increasing concern. The Pacific island of Hawaii, where Pearl Harbor is located, served as a strategic outpost for America's Pacific Fleet, and hence became the target of this unanticipated assault. Japan's goal was clear: to neutralize the U.S. Pacific Fleet and secure its own expansion in Asia unopposed. The attack was meticulously planned, with the primary focus being American aircraft carriers. However, fate intervened, and all three carriers were out to sea on that day. Undeterred, the Japanese turned their attention to the battleships docked at Pearl Harbor, dealing a heavy blow to the American Navy. In the early hours of that fateful Sunday, the specter of war loomed ominously over the Pacific. As dawn broke, the first wave of Japanese aircraft swooped down upon the unsuspecting U.S. Pacific Fleet. The sun had barely risen, and it was a Sunday morning, a day of rest and peace. But peace was shattered as the Japanese military launched a meticulously planned attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Their target? The U.S. Navy's Pacific Fleet and nearby Army airfields. Their strategy was clear: disable America's military might in the Pacific, thereby providing Japan with an unencumbered path to continue their expansion in Asia. The attack was swift and brutal, a shocking surprise to the servicemen stationed there. The Japanese aircraft concentrated their firepower on the mighty battleships moored at the harbor. All 8 of them were either sunk or damaged, a significant blow to the U.S. Navy. The USS Arizona and USS Oklahoma bore the brunt of this attack. The USS Arizona was hit by several bombs, one of which penetrated the deck and detonated the ship's ammunition magazine. The resulting explosion and fires took the lives of over 1,000 men, marking the greatest loss of life on any U.S. warship in history. The USS Oklahoma, meanwhile, was hit by multiple torpedoes and capsized, trapping hundreds of sailors inside. But the destruction didn't stop there. The Japanese aircraft also targeted the airfields, aiming to destroy the fighter planes before they could even lift off the ground. The strategy was effective, resulting in the destruction of numerous aircraft and further crippling the U.S. military's defensive capabilities. In less than 2 hours, the face of the Pacific War had changed dramatically, with the U.S. Navy's Pacific Fleet left in flames. The attack on Pearl Harbor was not just an attack on ships and planes, but an attack on the heart of America itself. It was an event that would forever change the course of history, drawing the United States into the most devastating war the world had ever seen. In the aftermath of the attack, the smoke-filled air over Pearl Harbor bore witness to a horrific sight: the remnants of a once proud fleet. The sun-bleached skies of Hawaii were clouded with the smoke of destruction and despair. In less than 2 hours, a peaceful Sunday morning had turned into an unforgettable nightmare. Thousands of U.S. servicemen had been either killed or wounded. All 8 battleships, once the pride of the U.S. Navy, were either sunk or damaged. The USS Arizona and USS Oklahoma bore the brunt, suffering the most casualties. Several other naval vessels and aircraft were either damaged or destroyed. This devastating attack was not just a military operation, but a calculated move on the geopolitical chessboard. Japan had been expanding its military presence in Asia, and tensions between Japan and the U.S. were high. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a strategic effort to cripple the U.S. Pacific Fleet and prevent American interference in Japan's expansionist ambitions. Yet Japan's tactical victory became a strategic failure. The attack unified the American people and triggered their full-scale entry into World War II. The day following the assault, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed Congress, delivering a speech that would echo through the annals of history. With his words, he painted a vivid picture of the unprovoked and dastardly attack and rallied the nation to the cause of war. Congress responded almost unanimously, declaring war on Japan, thus marking the United States' official entry into the global conflict. The aftermath of Pearl Harbor was a time of loss, reflection, and resolve. It served as a grim reminder of the cost of war, the price of freedom, and the resilience of the American spirit. It was a time when a nation caught off guard responded with unity, courage, and a firm declaration against aggression. The attack on Pearl Harbor was not just an assault on the U.S. Navy, but a declaration of war against the United States, marking the nation's entry into World War II. This event, seared into the collective memory of the nation, would forever change the course of history. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a pivotal moment in world history, one that forever changed the course of the 20th century. In less than 2 hours, on a calm Sunday morning, the landscape of the global conflict was altered. The Japanese military's strategic assault targeted the heart of the U.S. Navy's Pacific Fleet, igniting the spark that would draw the U.S. into the fiery throes of World War II. Yet, from the ashes of that fateful day, a resilient nation rose, stronger and more determined. Pearl Harbor, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation, a reminder of the cost of freedom, and a beacon of resilience in the face of adversity.